Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Johanna, and for those of you who are new here, welcome. And for those of you who are returning, welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be talking about this little handwriting journal here, and if that is of interest to you, please stay tuned. Okay, so I've sort of shown this on my channel a couple of times, but I've never actually talked about it, but I wanted to talk about it today. This is something that I did pick up from Etsy last year during last year's Prime Days, and it was really inexpensive. And it was funny because my friend Andy had picked up one as well. We didn't talk about it or coordinate or anything, but I had seen it on her channel, but she had the blue version of this, which I also have. Now, I had purchased this originally because the price was really good, and I was going to deconstruct the insides of this and then put them in my Etsy shop. Now, as you guys know, my Etsy shop is on vacation mode, and I had restrung this because the way that it comes originally, every time you open it up, it just kind of falls apart. Now, if you do have this and you are running into that problem, comment below, because I can always do a video on how you can restring in order so that isn't a problem. But that's not the point of this video today. What I decided to use this for was something I had seen here on YouTube that was very intriguing to me. And I believe it is LifeinaBullet, her channel, and at the beginning of this year she had started a handwriting journal, and I believe what she wanted to do was just really improve upon her handwriting. So she had done drills, and every day she was coming in, and I love that idea. But for me, what I wanted to do was a handwriting journal, not so much to improve upon, because honestly, that's not of interest to me personally, but it was more just to have a place where I was just going to write and lately play with some different pens. Now, I did cover this just to make it look cute with some paper, with some vellum and some washi. And it's a bit strange because I had actually color washed these pages just with some brown ink, and it did make it a little textured. The paper quality isn't that great, but I think regular price for this whole system on Amazon is like $10, and it comes with all of these booklets. So I think it was a really good price for it. And it smells like leather. I mean, it feels like leather. I just don't know that it's the best quality of leather. I mean, my Moterm does definitely smell better than this. This doesn't smell bad. It just doesn't have that really rich leathery smell. I mean, I think it is. I'm not 100% sure. But what intrigued me was this picture. I think that's just so pretty. And so when I was testing in here, I didn't actually start in the beginning like you would normally in a book. I started in these pages here, and then I just did some writing. Now, what I've been doing in here that to me makes this more of a handwriting journal than an actual journal is some of these are my actual thoughts. Some of these are just testing some different pens, but most of this is actually quotes or poems or things from online. And I actually find this really, really relaxing, even more relaxing than actually journaling my thoughts and my feelings, because right now, when I'm doing this and I'm coming into this, I'm actually focusing more on the structure of the letter and how the pen flows versus having to think about my thoughts or reflecting upon them. And the way that I was doing it originally was I was just doing it in my regular quick cursive, and then I was trying to redo it by going a little slowly to see, is there a difference in my writing when I do just really quick and when I slow down? And there is, but honestly, I don't know which one I prefer. And as you can see by the dates, which I wasn't always doing, that I think I started around here, and then I flipped back to here, and then here's when I was testing some of pens that my brother let me borrow. But like this here, I believe was just in either this one or probably this one. So I didn't use fountain pens for this whole thing, but I do love how fountain pens work, and the ones that my brother let me borrow, there's like 5 different ones. He had put different colored ink inside. Now the 2 videos that I have up, this was one of them, and I think this was the other one of them. The way that the camera is angled, which is coming down towards the side here, just so that you can see the words as they're coming along, the shadowing was horrible. And so I thought, well, let's just make it moody, put it in black and white, and I love that. I love that I'm not talking through it. I love that I do the reading after, and to me it's a very calming and relaxing video, and I've actually watched them a number of times just because I love how pen to paper sounds, and I loved the effect afterwards. But this I've just been going through. I haven't been putting it in video, and I don't worry if I misspell something or if I get it wrong. I've been adding some doodlings to some of this, and I've been, if I remember, writing what pen that I've been using. Now I don't know what ink he put inside of it because he has a huge stash of ink and fountain pens, and so I can just put the pen, but I couldn't put the type of ink. And you can see there's a whole bunch of different colors. And I'll go into my phone and I'll look up quotes of how I'm kind of feeling, or I'll look up quotes from particular people, and then I'll just go ahead and copy it down. And there is something about the concentration to make sure that you get the words down correctly and that you're concentrating on the structure of your letters and the slant of them and all of that, that I find just so relaxing. And then adding some of the little doodles in just sort of completes the page for me. And as you can see, it goes along using different pens. And sometimes I try to write a little bit bigger. I try to put it on the page where it speaks to me. And I don't know, I love looking at this. And I love just coming in here and just playing in here. In fact, I've got ink on my hands from where I inked the one and only fountain pen that I own, which is a Pilot Kakuno, and this is Dragon Blood Diamine ink inside of it. It's the only ink that I own. It's the only fountain pen that I own. But I had fun playing with it today. This is something that I did early this morning, like around 1 o'clock in the morning. So it is still today, which is Sunday the 8th. And then this is what I was playing with today. This is a stamp that I have, probably my most favorite stamp in my whole arsenal, which isn't saying much because I think I have like 3 stamps. And so this was the perfect ish image of this, and this was to sort of clean up the stamp so you can see sort of the ghost of it, and I love just doing the writing over it. I didn't realize I had misquoted who had said this quote right here, so I just scratched right through it and put it correctly. And then on this side, it did ghost through. I don't know if you can see that right there. So I used that same fountain pen and just sort of scribble in that image. And I think that is so pretty. And then I just added a quote there. And so to end this video, I'm going to put down on this side of the page a quote that I looked up that I think is very pertinent for how I was treating this weekend. I'm going to throw on some music. When I'm done, I will do a reading of that, and that'll be the end of this video. Now, before I get to that stage, I would love to know what you guys think of this handwriting journal. Is it something that you would be interested in starting? And what would you put in your own handwriting journal? I'd love to know. All right, so let me turn on some music, and I'll see you guys next time. Life is all about balance. You don't always need to be getting stuff done. Sometimes it's perfectly okay and absolutely necessary to shut down, kick back, and do nothing. Laurie DeShane.